Magic. Now, this is an online store where this sells different merchandises for dogs and I mean toys and whatnot. Like now, what I'm going to do here is I'm simply going to log in and then I'm going to select one of the product and I'm going to add that product into my cart. So that is what I'm going to do here. Let's just do the same thing. First, let me log in. So this is something I have already provided. This is my email ID, and then this is something the password that I have already put in. You can create your own email and password, and you can log in. Once I log in, I again go up here, which is the home page. So I want to go to the home page. From the home page, I really like this banner here. So I'll click on this banner and then I'll click on this product. Let's say this product. Yeah. Now this is something I want to add to my bag because I see there's like it's a good rated product which is having 4.7 rating and then the MRP is also really good. So if I want to add this product into my cart, I'll go here and I'll do add to bag. Once I do this step, I come to this checkout page. I don't want to check out, I just want to stay here and you'll see that there's one product added in your cart. If you open your cart, you'll see one of the product got added in your cart. Now, the same set of steps that we have taken here, can we automate that? Yeah, for sure we can automate that, but it will need a little bit of coding. So I'll show you how this code works and how we can code to do all the different steps that we have done. So again, I'm going to repeat the different steps that I've taken. First, let me log out. So what we are going to do is the first step. We are going to home to login using this login sign here. After clicking on this login, we are going to enter our email and password. Here it is auto-filled, but in reality, we'll be auto-feeding the email ID and the password. Then we are going to click on login. This is another step. So let's just count the step. First step is going to home page. Second is clicking on this button. Third is entering your email ID. Fourth is entering your password. Fifth is logging into this page. Then sixth step is again going to the home page because it takes you to your my account page. Now here, let's say you like this banner, click on this banner page. And from here, you want to come to this product. This is another step here. And then comes our final step, which is adding to bag. So I've already added to bag. This is the last step. Now let me do one thing. Let me just remove it from my bag. Yeah. Now let's codify all the different steps that we have taken here. So this code was written in the last week. So we'll see if we face any error, then we'll solve it right here itself. So as soon as I press enter, the code will start working. Yeah. And you can see my hands are here. I'm not touching the system at all. I'll just open up this so that you can see what are different steps are taken here. Yeah, I think that was the final step. So we can actually go into any of the different products and then we can scrape. Actually, let me show you one thing. So this is the piece of code that runs in the backend. So these are the different HTML tags that it is getting redirected to. Let me just show you one thing. So let's say if I go to the home page and let's say you say that okay, I don't like that particular product that you selected. I like a different product. So let's say you say I don't like that product and I like this dental shoe. So I go into this product. Let me do one thing. Let me just go back. Yeah. I inspect on this product and then I have something like the different tags that has been used to create this product. So I'll not make it complicated for you guys here. Just copy the full X path. And for you guys, you like the dental shoe product. Let me just comment this one out. Let's see if this code works now or if it will face some error. Again, I'm pressing enter, and as soon as I press enter, I'll I'll keep my hands up here and we'll see if the code is running fine or not. I'll okay, zoom it for you guys. Let's go into the login page. It's not going to the dental tube product. So I think we need to make some changes in the code that it will go work fine. Um, okay. Running it once again. If you see, it's taking, I've provided something called as sleep functionality in my code, which makes the code to sleep for some seconds and then the page will load. Then again, it's writing down the email ID and password. Again, some sleep time here for the page to load. And again, we go to the home page. And it's taking the same product again and again. Anyways, that we'll look into later. For now, I wanted to give you a gist of how this entire scraping thing or automation thing works. So if you look at it entirely, this is more like automation and web scraping, because you kind of automated the different tasks, all the different steps that we have taken to go to find that product and add it to our cart. Now different again we are using a lot of different libraries. So these are the different set of libraries that we are using. And I told you I'm using some sleep functionality to let our page load. And I'm going to this website, and then I'm creating all the different buttons. So these are the different navigation for my different steps. So login has this navigation. Then my user input has some navigation, and so on, so forth. And then I'm trying to do something called as, I'm trying to find all the different elements, and if I have to write something, I use send keys. If I have to click, I use simple click. And then again, I'm using some sleep functionality for the page to load. I am doing the same set of steps. If you see, there's nothing new in the code that has been written. So it's the same set of line. If you see this line here, this line here, is doing the same thing. Driver dot find element by XPath is nothing but every element in your web page has some path to it. So you are finding those paths, and then using those paths you are trying to click and go into that particular navigation. It's very easy. Now this is more of an automation. When I talk about scraping, I need to scrape some data from the web. Scraping the data from the web is, you try to pull that data and you put it in your system or your CSV file or your text file anywhere. So in fact, the example which we were seeing here, so this is one of the e-commerce companies where we try to pull the products information from their website, where we try to pull the page, the product, price, title, and so on. If we again go here, let me show you how scraping works. So that was more about the data that we actually automated, the different steps. Now, if you go to the same page here, if you go to the same product also, let me close this. If you click on this product, you will find the title of the product and the price of the product. So if, let's say, if you want to fetch the title and the price of the product, so we can do that using web scraping. The steps are the same, just a little bit of modification in the code, and you'll see that you'll get the title and price. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to print the title and price. Let's see if this code works. Okay, I think this will not work for this one. Reason being, this is for a different product. So let me show you, let me see if we have this product anymore on their website. Yeah, so this one is this for this product. So this is another product from the same website. And if I want to fetch the title and the price, so I'm going to run the code again here. And you can see the title and the price has been fetched out. Now the same data you can load into your table or your text file, and you can create whole lot of ecosystem. So this is how scraping works. Now you can scrape different like code data from different areas of web. So if you want to fetch something, like we have Worldometer, where we can get all the different COVID data, live data updates. And if you want to fetch all these numbers, you can write a code to fetch the number of cases, number of recoveries, and so on. So you can fetch different kind of data from the web. You can go into any web page and you can scrape the data. There are some limitations, although some companies might not want you to scrape the data, and but there are again some like different ways to scrape data. So yeah, this is more about the magic that we can do in Python or using Python. And there's a whole lot to it. So we only covered